Good afternoon, ladies and gentle cars. We got a race tonight at Phoenix. As we're getting everything still set up, just rushed home from work, and we started the broadcast. So, who's ready for tonight? We got a fun one here at Phoenix. A few new drivers in the SpeedZone eSports League. So it's gonna be a fun one, and I'm excited for it. So, as we're getting everything still set up. Leaderboard, as you can see it right there, is Matt Frady, top of the board. He's been, is Kyle hard contact on the outside wall. He is not going to be good after that hit. Definitely not. But, yeah, we have Matt Frady, ran a ton of B fixed or P open this week, so he's got a lot of track time. Kel McClinney, P2 on the board. He's also ran a lot of laps at Phoenix, so these guys both have a ton of laps here at Phoenix this week, and both new to the league, so it's going to be fun to see how they stack up against the guys who have won the last few races, which is Nathaniel in that 99, new paint scheme for him this week, in that blue number 99 this week, and Kyle Ritchie just behind him in this beautiful white with bright lighting at Phoenix. Love the new update with the lighting. That's made it fun. But yeah, Kyle here, and then rounding out P5 in the 5 car, Michael Davis is looking good in that Larson scheme, I guess it may be, but still looking good in it. So, as the field is getting ready to qualify here with 2 minutes left, getting everything still set up, how's everybody's day been? How's everybody looking? How's everybody's day been? What y'all up to? I should probably mute that before somebody says something. I'm going to load track cams. That should be good. I think so. All right. We're all set. Focus on exciting. Going with Nathaniel. We got a few guys racing here, so everybody's getting on track now, getting their laps in, running as many as they can right now before the race kicks off. Getting their final laps in before qualifying. See if anybody's got anything for Matt or Kale. Can they beat the big story for tonight? One of their better tracks, a short track, one of their best chances. But to beat Nathaniel, Kyle, Michael, who else we got? Randy's P10 on the board, so Randy's struggling a little bit here in practice, but we know Randy always quick everywhere he goes, especially last week at that road course. I think he got second or third, so Randy, he's going to be a factor here at the end of it. So let's see if Matt and Kale, the newcomers, can step it up and be able to beat everybody in the league, as that's going to wrap it up for practice. Oh, big wreck. Big wreck to finish her off. So, as these boys are going to get ready for qualifying, let's take a looky-loo here. And see what everybody's got. Who's on the racetrack right now? So here goes the 10, Jesse Brooks, Jackson, Jonathan. Good amount of people are on the track so far. Jonathan is on the track. He's got a door mark on the right side, which is pretty cool for the paint scheme. We got... All right, Nathaniel, here he goes. He's going to go out the pits now. We're right on board with him and see what he's going to do. If he's going to do second lap, what his plan is for tonight. So it looks like he's going to take it the first lap around. Get that big drive down the hill. There he goes to start his lap. Looks like a pretty solid 1 and 2. We'll talk about the track more as we get through it. But into 3 and 4. Only really got one lap here at Phoenix with the dog leg. Got to cut it. He's going to go for a second one. Didn't like his turn 1. I tried on board with him and see what he sees. Get that massive cut down the hill. Just missed the inside wall into turn number 1. Got to lift a little bit earlier than what you normally would, as low as you got to be for that dog leg. But he's on that seam. We'll talk about it a little bit later as Randy goes P1 on the board. Nathaniel gonna send it into 3 and 4 and off of 3 and 4. Is he gonna be able to do it? He does. Able to do it. Little delayed, but able to set a good lap. There's a 9.25 by him. Let's go on board with Kale now. In practice was top of the board. Also Kyle Ritchie, he's setting his lap. We'll go with Kyle for his lap here, then go over to Kale. Turn 1 is going to be bright, so that's going to be fun for the drivers as they go through, or where the sun's at. It sets off of 3 and 4. It looks like it's bright, so you can see it here. It's bright from the driver's eyes. It's going to be a big factor here, as they're not going to be able to see as good as what you might think. Kyle, though, he completes his lap. Kale going to come off the corner as well. He completes his. Kyle goes 3rd. Randy 2nd. Kale on the pole at the moment. Michael Davis, he sets a good one, puts him P5. Let's go to the leaderboard. Kale, top of the board with an 8.3. Nathaniel 9.2. Randy 0.9. Few drivers still waiting to get their race laps in. Stefan with a 1.67. He goes pretty good there. Swartz, he's going to be a big one here. Can he go inside the top 5 to complete his lap? He goes P4. Good one from him there. 27.1. One of the guys that I'm interested to see how much of that time. Wow, that paint scheme's bright, especially with that sun. This guy that's ran all week. I'm going to try not to talk about him too much in this race, but he's ran all week at Phoenix. Got a lot of track time and experience. Is that experience going to pay off? Through 3 and 4, low on the bottom, comes off straight. Where does he go on the board? Can he beat Kale? He does! Gets him by 20 hundredths of a second. Matt Frady beats Kale McClinney. What a qualifying run there from them two. Let's go in here and talk to, let's get Kyle on the mic. Kyle, do you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well,
hello.
Not the best qualifying attempt from you, but you're going to be starting solidly in the front with that dog leg and how crazy restarts get. What are you expecting to see tonight? And
I'm taking it 5 in turn 1.
Taking it 5 in turn 1. You think that the inside
I don't know
wall,
where I start. Where do I start?
7th, 6th?
7th? Oh, yeah, we're going bottom 3
so you're
in
gonna,
turn 1.
all right, so you're going to sprint car down left front on the wall.
We're going to throw slide job in turn 1, wreck the field, leave, and go to bed.
That sounds like a plan that could work, honestly.
No, we're just going to ride, you know?
Just going to ride?
Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It's going to be hard to pass after 2 laps, so we're going to have to try to do it.
Yeah, we got 110 laps tonight, so a long race. The sun just went away, so it's going to be more visible for you guys into 3, but with Kel and Matt, newcomers in the league, they got a lot of experience at Phoenix, though, but they're not the greatest at the big track. So what is your expectation from Kel and Matt here tonight, being newcomers and on the front row?
Hey, you gave them all the secrets, so they're just going to pull away from the field.
I haven't told them anything. They've ran enough this week to where I'm like, I ain't telling them nothing.
They're gonna be fast tonight. They'll be hard to beat. Nate's always hard to beat. Randy's always fast. So it'll be a good race between the top, I'd say 10.
I was thinking top 5 to 10. That's gonna be a big window. I mean, Tiller didn't have a great lap. He's 11th. Alex is 12th. This could be a battle for the top 10. Like, this is gonna be a really good race.
Everyone's competitively close, so it'll be a fun race tonight.
Yeah, qualifying's never how it usually is. I know times may be
Oh,
deceiving,
I
but
can't. You know
it's
me. I can't
oh yeah,
qualify anyway.
me
So
and you second qualifying, so it don't matter. But
yeah,
you're gonna be fun one to watch. We're gonna be you want to be the in-race reporter this week?
we can do that.
All
Yeah.
right. So all right, well we'll be talking to you starting P7, and we'll see you
All
sometime
right.
later.
Have fun up there.
Yes, sir. Kyle Ritchie there got a quick word in with him. Thoughts on newcomers in the field, how everybody's going to drive. This is going to be an awesome race. I'm so excited. Finally, we went to Daytona, Atlanta, COTA. Now we're at a conventional racetrack, and I think, well, you're going to see, if I can zoom out just a little bit more. Can I zoom out a little bit more? I think you're going to see these, let's see, these, what is that, 10, 11, 12 cars that you see on your screen right now? Any race from now on, anybody's pretty much got a shot at it. Kyle's been great at the road courses. We've seen Nathaniel good at the super speedways and kind of the mile and a halves. But I think anybody on the screen at the moment, you're going to see an opportunity to win these next however many weeks. So it's going to be a fun one to watch, and I'm excited to broadcast all of them. But yeah, as pace car pulls off here, starting order, it's going to be Matt Frady and Kel McClinney on the front row. Strive Wraps Racing. Front row there. Row number 2 is going to be Nathaniel and Randy Arms. Row number 3, Jonathan Swartz and Stefan in that 54 dude wipe scheme. 7th, Kyle Ritchie, and 2 is outside Michael Davis. Row number 5 is going to be Eric Shields and Jarrett Lindsay. 11th and 12th is going to be Ryan Tiller and Alex Chira. Matthew Helm, Fred Chase, Cody, Jonathan. I can't get to it before we get going green, so my apologies. But the pace car pulls off. We're getting ready to go 110 laps here at Vegas, at Phoenix. See Barney, the flag man. We fire, we're green here at Phoenix. Heading into turn number 1. See everybody fan out through the dog leg. Now we're going to get single filed out through 1 and 2. They're already smoking the back, and caution is out. Early incidents already. Casey Brown in it. Big contact there at the back. Let's go back and take a look here and see what we can see from on board of Casey Brown's car. In the corner, we'll slow it down. See the Gas Monkey 50 right in front of him. Ooh, it actually starts way up above them. Let's, oh, it's the 10 getting in the back. Oh, then Jackson gets hooked. Not what you wanted to see happen early in this one. We heard Kyle talk about it. Just got to kind of survive and make it through. We see here the 13 gets hit. Then the 10 down the racetrack into the 42. And just big, big carnage already heading into turn number 1. Tried to stay off him, locked up the brakes. Nowhere for Casey to go. Nowhere for the 50. That's Michael. Not what these boys want to have. Michael actually made it out all right. A little bit of right front damage, but he's good. Casey, a little bit of right front damage, but he's all right. So a lot of these guys should be good. I don't think anybody got knocked out from that, but it's definitely going to hurt them at the start of this one. So I don't think anybody's DNF'd out of it yet. We saw from that restart, it's going to get crazy as these guys get into it here. Let's go back and take a look at the restart. So you see everybody going to fan out, go different ways. And how crazy turn 1 is, you can see the differing lanes here. As you know what, let's go to second place at the moment, and we'll look on back so you can see all the differing lanes. See Kyle on the apron, he was going to throw the slide job 3, maybe 4 wide somewhere deep in the field. This race is going to be fun, especially on restarts. We get a late race restart like we saw in real life in that cup race. It's going to be a fun one to watch. So tune in. I think we're going to go green this next time. Pace car lights are out. Maybe not, maybe. I can't tell because the glare's so awesome now for iRacing. After the update, I'm going to be streaming a bunch of, or hosting ARCA races after this, so. All right. Same. Well, top 4. We got a little bit of change up in row 3 with Kyle now into 6th. He was able to pass Stefan there on the bottom lane, kind of clear up. But we come back for the restart. These boys are antsy, getting ready to get back going. Chevy, Toyota front row. Matt Frady, Kel McClinney around turn 4 into the restart zone. Matt fires back green. Everybody fans out once again. Top 4 able to get single filed out. Now the battles through this part of the racetrack. We've seen, heard everybody talk about it in real life. And dirty air is a little bit of a factor here at Phoenix. It's hard to pass, but it races good for, it is definitely an advantage for the leader with the clean air. As we saw Nathaniel get in the wall there. Randy's going to try to sneak up underneath him. Go to his inside. As we got big contact now. Michael Davis, everybody piling in. Up and over. That's the 92 of Alex Chira. I sure hope Alex is all right. Big wreck already into turn 1. Everybody having big problems. Let's ride on board with Alex and saw what he saw. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, got in the right rear or the left rear of Lindsay. Nowhere for him to go. Then into the wall. T-boned up and over. Big, big flips. Flipping at Phoenix. Something that you wouldn't expect to see. I think that was Eric that hit him. Yes, it was Eric. Into him there. We see Alex flipping just behind. More contact. Everybody just nowhere to go. Hard to avoid the wrecks here at Phoenix. You see it happening up in front. Michael hard on the outside wall. Thought most everybody could get away with it. Then Eric tries to avoid Michael the best he can. Then Alex couldn't avoid him into Quisenberry. He gets some damage. Sam, he got turned after the fact, but should be all right. And big damage already early in this one. Not even 5 laps in for these guys. And we're already seeing big, big contact. And Matthew Helm, he's made up a good amount of spots here. You check in the bottom left-hand corner when it switches over. We got Parker. He's up 6 spots. Let's see. Is Parker in the Discord? I'll try to talk to him if I can. I don't see him. See what he's been seeing all week or all race. Been a crazy one to start. So a lot of guys up, a ton of spots. See Matthew Hellman here. I see a guy that started kind of deeper in the field. We get a good word with him. Kevin? Oh, Kevin's in here. Hold on. Kevin, you got a copy?
Maybe.
Well, it's been an eventful one for you. Didn't have the best qualifying, but able to drive through the field throughout. And what have you seen so far in these early restarts?
We're just dodging, flipping Alex's.
Yeah, that was not a good deal for Alex, but you seen how crazy it's been on these early restarts. What are you expecting to see later?
The same throughout the whole race, to be honest. Just avoid the shit here and see what happens.
Yes, sir. Well, it's been, we'll keep an eye out for you, avoiding all these wrecks, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Okay.
Alex is going to join us in the booth now. Alex, do you got a copy?
Good morning, sir.
How is it? They released you from the infield care center?
Oh man, I got a big ass concussion. It's not great. My head's been feeling pretty dizzy, and yeah, we're not doing too good right now. But oh well.
I bet not. I was wondering if you were able to drive to pit road, but we're back green. Alex is gonna join us in the booth. The rest of the race, right? You could be maybe a spy,
sir.
join a few
Might
chats,
as well.
but...
I'm out already, so we'll make the best of it.
And there's more contact. Turn 1 deeper in the field. They're 4 wide. That was the 13 in the wall. He was able to make it through. But everybody now 3 wide into 3 almost. Kyle around the outside able to get clear. Make sure that he wasn't 3 wide there. But we're able to complete a lap so far on the green. Alex, what have you seen
Farther
from
than
the
I was
early
able to make
bits
it.
from the driver's seat into turn 1 and on these restarts?
Oh, it's chaos, man. Everybody's going 4 wide, almost 5 wide, I think, at one point, and everybody's just got to go. They're hauling in turn 1, and it closes up real quick too. It goes from 4 wide straight into single file in turn 1. It's a mess down there. It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, you got
But they
about
seem to be keeping it clean right now.
Yeah, you get about half a lap, but they're almost 3, 4 wide at most of the race, and then into 3, and single files down to 2, and then most of the time on exit, it's back down to the single file, and that's what we're seeing now. Now it's got single file. It for a short track, it is one of the faster short tracks on the schedule, and that's where the dirty air does come into play for a lot of it, and we're seeing it from the front. Matt Frady able to be out in front of Kel at the moment, but we'll see if anybody's able to save a little bit of tire. Dirty Air, the leader, does have a big advantage, especially in these Xfinity cars out front, as we ride on board with Matt looking out back. There you go. I'll send a monitor down to you there, Alex, so you can check out what we're looking at on the broadcast.
Oh, beautiful.
Looking at Nathaniel here, riding on board with him. Actually, who's 5th? Jonathan, Kyle. We're right on board with Kyle. He's up the racetrack in turn 1. He's going to get the nice drive down the hill. But we're seeing everybody in turn 1 right around that seam. It seems like, no pun intended, that there is a grip strip, I guess you can say. The best way to describe it is kind of PJ1 is kind of what it's similar to in turn 1. And it's kind of a grip strip. And that's kind of where you want to be for at least the drive off on exit. Helps the car rotate. We're seeing everybody in the top 5 dive down to it and then be, easy on throttle, but drive off on it. Right on board with Randy as the sun is just amazing now in iRacing, which is, we'll say amazing, but everybody's doing great. You can see it from this nice camera angle here as
Look
everybody's
at them nice hills up there, man.
Yeah,
Look at
nice
that.
hills. That's a cool place right there to the right as Randy's driving by it to sit as well. Might be blinded during this part of the race, but everybody's still single filed out. Nobody's seeming to gain advantage. It's a Chevy, Toyota, Ford top 3 at the moment.
Could have had this for me while I was racing, all single file and calm. No, they had to go 4 wide.
Got to get the early wrecks
yeah,
out of the
one
way, and then they can kind of figure it all out. But Kyle's made up some time throughout the field. Matt Frady with the fastest lap of the race so far, been in clean air. Kel only 0.02 of a second behind, but yeah, we're seeing the clean air from Matt able to hold off Kel, Randy, Nathaniel, everybody so far up front as we get through the field just a little bit deeper. Jared's made a few spots up. He's another high rated driver, I think the highest in the race, 6.3K up there. Landon Quisenberry up 15 spots from where he started. So he's doing a great job making his way through the field, up to 12th. So they're single filed out. So they're up in front of them, up the racetrack. You see Tiller here. That nice white, black, and gold paint scheme. I do like Tiller's paint scheme. He's got a good one. Back up front, still everybody kind of run the same lane. I don't think we're going to see much early. I think you'll see stuff happen early in the restarts, the first 2 or 3 laps after a restart, and then late in the runs. But do you know what lap the stage is, or is there a stage?
Absolutely no idea. Might be 30, might be 40, might be 22. I have no idea.
While you're on
Find out as
pit
we
road,
go.
do you mind going and
I
checking
was
that?
gonna say let's go check it out here and see what time we got a stage.
All right. I'm assuming 40, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I think
Oh,
there's
we got a wreck going into turn 2. Oh, they keep it straight. They keep it straight though. We're good.
turn 2.
Jonathan Wiley and oh god, who else we got going here?
Oh,
Jonathan
there's more
Wiley.
going on. Let's go back and take a look at that. It was Jonathan Wiley and it looked
Oh,
like
it's Jonathan
Kevin
Wiley.
Ritchie.
Kevin Ritchie.
Kevin got in the back of, I believe that's Mikey. Got in the back of Mikey, got sideways. They were both able to save it. great save from both of them. Kevin got in the back of Mikey and got on the brake so hard. Jonathan got in the back of him, but what a save from both of those guys.
Yeah, nice job by both of them to keep us straight there. Could have been way worse.
As we scroll back up through the field. He's Stefan. Randy now putting the pressure on Kale. Think we're going to see the battles here for that second spot especially a lot of the time because of, I think, obviously, like I said, the leader's going to have the advantage with the clean air, and then it's going to come down to everybody else being in the dirty air. So second back's going to be the best and easiest to pass, but once you get to that leader, it's going to be the most challenging to obviously get to the fastest guy in the lobby at the moment. So we're seeing Randy trying to stay a little bit lower, keep that left front out in the clean air, but still everybody on the bottom running that grip strip.
Man, I got an update from pit road for you, Cabe. We got a stage caution at lap 45.
45, 10-4?
We got about 21, 22-ish laps till we hit that stage break.
Yeah.
Not many moves going on towards the front like you mentioned before, but towards the back, they're getting a little bit racy. It's not too bad back there.
Yeah, and if you look in the top right of the screen here, you'll see the lap times from everybody here. You'll see Matt Frady, last lap, ran a 2-1. Kale with a 1-9. Randy with a 2-0. Nathaniel, a 1-8. 1-4 from Jonathan. Kyle, 2-8. So the top six, I'm assuming 7. We go to Jared. He's running a 3. So all within 0.2 of a second, they're running in the top 5. Identical lap times. Nobody's gaining an advantage or losing any. So we're seeing the lap times really not falling off too much here. And from the start of the race, but we're seeing consistency is going to be the key here, especially from, at the moment, Matt Frady being the leader.
Yeah, and a few cars back. We see Randy's actually trying to make a move under Kale. I see him trying to get on his inside every few laps, and he's getting close to being able to get past him here.
He's going to try the high line now and drive down the hill. Nathaniel almost able to get there, but here comes the run from Randy. Good run on the corner exit. Is he going to have a look? He is into 3 and 4. Randy to the inside line. Maybe a little contact. Able to stay off him.
It's clean.
Clean from Randy. Didn't pull Eric Almirola and drive her off in there.
See, that move might have cost him, though. He got a couple cars behind him, starting to catch him a little bit. See if we can keep in front of him here.
Yeah, and as the tires start to wear, I think you might see it in turn 1. On a restart on new tires, but after that, I don't think that line is going to be very. Contact could have been big if Nathaniel got into the back of Randy harder, but into 1, I think the line that you saw from Randy there to set up the pass on Kale, you'll see later in the race if these guys take advantage of it. You see Kale, he's going to go up there for the clean air and avoid Matt. And what just kind of it worked out for Randy because of the clean air. Was able to drive down the hill, got the run, and as these tires wear, that's going to be a advantage and a move that these guys can make to make a pass. Jonathan Wiley here, Jared Lindsay. My apologies. Doesn't seem to be too much of a gap at the moment. We got a side-by-saddle between Matthew Helm and Ryan Tiller. See Matthew going to go way up the track, kind of use the air. How iRacing works, when you get next to that wall, it kind of gets a bubble and it pushes you away from it, and you're able to use that because the shape of the wall in turn 1 kind of has a weird straight point, but Tiller's going to make the move, and he gets around Matthew Helm.
Towards the front now, we got a few of those leaders. They seem to have calmed down a little bit. Not a lot of moves being made right now. I think they're just going to try to take it to the end of the stage here. We got about 15 laps till we hit that little caution. That's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, closing in on that stage break. With 15 laps to go till it. And really, fall off isn't too much here. We're looking, Matt. Fastest lap of the race. It's been a second over these 31 laps, but fastest lap was a 27.3 down to a 28.4. So we're not seeing too much fall off, but we're seeing just enough to kind of hurt the guys in dirty air. And as these things get harder and harder to drive, we're going to see more and more desperate moves later in the race. I think you'll see a good jumble after the restart here because these guys are learning. Kind of, I like the one stage in this. I don't know what you think about it, Alex, but I like the one stage. You're able to learn as much as you can in the first half, and then you run green. So if you feel like you burned off the tires in the first stage, save a little bit more or drive it a little different, and then you're set up for that last run.
I don't know, man. I think that one stage, sometimes the blessing and a curse, you know. One stage isn't too bad if you're pretty quick. You get to learn, like you said, in that first stage, and then you get to haul ass the rest of the race. But I don't know. Sometimes you kind of hope you had a second stage break. But most of the time, for one stage, isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's it kind of, some tracks could hurt you, some tracks could help you here, but see the left rear of Kel as Randy's looking underneath him. You see the whole field. Matt looking out back at them. Well, we're gonna get better GoPros for next race and get it set up to where on the side of the car. But Nathaniel, way up the racetrack, he's getting really close to that wall up on the up on exit there.
Yeah, Schwartzbein Randy looks like he's gonna try to make a move on him going into one here.
Thinks better
I
of
think
it.
he's gonna cut him right here.
You see Nathaniel way up the racetrack in the tire tracks of Jonathan as Jonathan tries to make the move on Randy. So these second, third, fourth, and fifth all in a big battle as they're all trying to see who's quick enough to maybe go catch Matt. But Matt with the clean air is just able to keep him at bay. Kel in dirty air. Randy's all over his back bumper. Jonathan, Nathaniel. What a race we got here inside the top 5.
Looks like Schwartz gonna be able to get a move on a Randy. Let's see if he can keep it still on his inside. He's not gonna have just enough of a run.
See, and we see the high line prevail there in turn 1. Nathaniel able to get around him. Now Nathaniel going to roll to the back bumper of Randy. He's going to get underneath him down the front straightaway. So we go through the corner, a little bit of flyby action. Swartz kind of backed off. There's Kel just in front. Nathaniel's going to get underneath him. Nathaniel, good on the tire saving. He's able to get at the end of the run. Looks like he's having some speed, so we'll take note of that and mark that down for later in the race. He was in clean air, kind of backed off of the top 4 or 5 when they were pretty close together, single file, and it seemed to work out for him. He was able to save that little bit being that far back, and then slowly working his way back up.
You can see slightly farther back. Kyle Ritchie's starting to make his way back up there. Starting to catch this pack in front of him. I don't think the racing's helping at all. So I think let's see if he can catch him in his last 7 laps for the stage.
Oh, Lapper's going to be in the way.
Ooh.
13 up the track, able to stay out of everybody's way. Did a great job of it. We're seeing here as we're closing in on this stage here with 5 laps to go. Nathaniel able to get to Kel's right rear. Tied on corner exit. Able to get back in behind him. And Nathaniel moves into P number 2. Does he have enough time, 1, to catch Matt and go win the stage? But 2, how good is he when, do you know a fuel run, Alex? Do you know how much a fuel run is?
I believe it was about 50 laps, I believe. Yeah, 50 laps.
Okay.
I'm looking at my fuel gauge here. 50 laps is this, so they're going to have to, obviously they're not going to have to pit at all.
Ooh, Kel on the
before
outside
the
wall
stage,
there.
but-
Damage. Jonathan tried to give Randy a push to get to his inside. Randy's going to throw it in deep. He's loose. It's getting crazy here at the end of the stage with all the lappers. And, ooh, squeeze.
Oh, they're 4. Oh!
Spin in front. It's Matt
That's the
Frady.
leader going around.
Matt. Sideways. What happened there? Oh.
Oh!
Mikey didn't go to the bottom. Matt expected him to once he saw him start turning. And caution comes out for your leader. Big. Oh.
Yeah, what a hit. That's definitely
doesn't look like he has damage at the moment on the left rear. Maybe got it there. It seems like it popped
Ooh,
back
a little bit
out.
of netcode damage for him
Yeah.
right there. Nah, I think his left rear there might have a
Yeah.
might be a
What
bit
do you
bent.
see here? Let's ride on board with Nathaniel. What do you think happened from what do you see?
I don't know, man. I just see a unaware lap car not trying to go to the bottom, but I also don't think Matt was expecting him to stay so high up. But fortunately, it just caught him out and spun him around.
Yeah, just Mikey. I think Matt saw Mikey going as everybody's going to come down pit road now. I think you saw Mikey start to turn left, and that's why he expected him to go all the way to the bottom, not stay on the racetrack. But Matt, the fastest car in qualifying, fastest here, led the first 40 laps. We're going to be looking for him as he's going to drive through the field now, so that's going to make it a fun one. Kind of what we saw from Kyle last week there at the road course with the fastest, and he had to drive back through the field after some late race deals. But 4 tires going on everybody's car. Matt able to come through pit road now. He's into his box. So Nathaniel wins the race off pit road. Randy, Kale, Jonathan, Kyle, Jared, Stefan, Ryan Tiller, Landon Quisenberry, and Matthew Helm to round out the top 10. I would say championship implications, but I don't know what the points are. Obviously, Matt's first race in the league. It is a long season, so I think he does have a chance to get back up there. But if you want to check out the points there, Alex, if you
I
want
was
to pull
about
them
to
up,
say, I'll pull that right up for you. And let's see what we got going on here.
maybe send it to me and I can
Let's
maybe get it to
see.
the stream. I don't know for
Yes,
sure.
I can. I'll send that to you right now, sir.
But we're going to be a restart. I don't know if that's going to be the stage or what the situation is. Alex, if you want to ask in chat, you can.
Say, I have a feeling that is going to be the stage, and we're on lap 44 right now, so I think they might extend this caution here, or they're just gonna let it go green here once the pace car wants to peel the pit road.
Yeah, so the points right now, Nathaniel, the points leader, ahead by 31 points over Randy Arms, Jonathan Mozella, the Pizza Boy, Kyle Ritchie, Sam, and the 21 is P5 on the points. So it's going to be a little bit of a jumble up here, but as the field paces here, we're going to get back going green. Not sure if it is the stage or the... not sure if it's the stage or this is it or what's going to be it or if we're going green to the end, but who knows. Nathaniel and Randy going to lead us back to the green on lap 44. Good restart from Nathaniel. Now it's a battle for the rows behind. Kel on the inside, Randy on the outside. Is Kel going to be able to get back ahead of Randy? Randy was stuck behind him for so long that last run, all run long. Is he going to be able to get back by him? Kel with a good run through the center. The 3 wide behind him. 3 wide for 4th. 3 wide into 3. Still 3 wide. What great racing we got here at Phoenix. And we said it. Oh, contact.
Oh!
Jared able to save it. Great move from Jared. Kyle all the way to the bottom, trying to get the line from real life to work. Didn't look like it's going to work there, but they're able to somehow sort it out. A little bit of contact, striping the wall, landing into the back of Tiller. Contact. And up the racetrack and into the wall goes Tiller.
Not. It looks like we got our answer there. We're still going to get a stage, I guess.
Still going to get a stage. Let's take a ride on board with Lee Parker right here in the 4. Ride on board with him as he sees the sun into 3 and 4. See Landon, just a late move, tried to get it to work. Little bit of contact there from Parker into left front of Tiller, but not too bad. Should be able to continue. What do you see here? Do you think it's a late move, or what did you see here, Alex?
I don't know, man. Look, by the first looks of it, I think he's just sticking his nose in a place he didn't need to be sticking, especially first lap of the restart. Just didn't need to stick his nose in there. Just not a move that I think was going to work out at all, especially for Tiller. I think that's race done for him right there. Hard hit into the outside
Yeah,
wall
heard
there.
the motor blow there, and yeah, not what he wanted to have happen. Who was that? That was good little avoidance. But yeah, Tiller, unfortunate early in this one, out. Late move from Landon. Thought there was a hole. Would have worked, I think, if he did it a little bit earlier. He had to run, but just should have stuck it in a little bit or showed the nose a little bit sooner. But contact,
Yeah.
Tiller goes around, and that's going to be done for Tiller. Oh, he's still rolling.
Yeah, he's rolling, but I think might be pretty hefty repairs times he's got going there.
As big of a hit that was, the front end ain't too bad, so he might be all right. Matt Frady comes down pit road there. Possibly get a little bit of damage fixed or some fuel. So what do you think the chances are for Matt here? I know talked about a little bit about him there early in the run and after leading all those laps, but with him starting deep in this one, outside the top 15, he's 17th here at the moment. What do you see his chances being coming back to the field?
Honestly, I mean, with how dominant he was in that first 40-lap run there, I could see him moving through the rest of the field. He's still got another 60-ish laps to bring his way back to the front, and with how quick that 40 car's been, I think he's got a good chance of bringing it back to at least the top 5.
Definitely, and with all the track time that he's ran this week from the official tables, what I kind of like about the SpeedZone series is you can run all the official races all week, and then show up on Tuesday and all that experience that you learned from the officials, you can put it to IRacing or to the league, and so that's pretty cool to see. So, Matt, we'll see if that experience throughout the week, over 2,000 laps, I believe he ran this week. So, see if that experience comes into play. But new front row, Nathaniel and Kale to lead it back to the green. Randy Arms in third, Jonathan Swartz, Kyle Ritchie. Your top 5. Let's see if Kale's able to get a good restart here. Can he hold around the outside line? Haven't seen the outside line be too good at any point. Able to fire. Kale, not a good one. Randy might clear by turn 1, which honestly could be the best bet. If the third place guy clears, gives the leader a run down the back straightaway, I think that could be beneficial compared to kind of just both of them having a good restart and being up all over him. But as we're seeing it here, Randy to the inside almost has a little bit of a run. Thought of it. Jonathan Swartz with the fastest lap of the race in the bottom left-hand corner. You see there?
Oh, we got some contact. Oh, we got a car going around. The 4 car of Parker Supland.
Parker around. Yellow's out once again. Let's go back and take a look at her here. Ooh, 3 wide. Let's go back. Let's run over with Kevin Ritchie here. Well, I kind of... All right, I don't really like the sun now. We need better GoPros here there, Fox. We need better GoPros because the sun is not great. So you see, Jonathan Wiley got into the back of Sam, kind of sent him on in there. Sam was able to, the car's on pit road, was able to kind of make it kind of work for a few, but just was too sideways, washed up in a sandwich for Parker. And he just goes around, kind of just unfortunate contact. See Matt, Jonathan, Kevin goes by. And, yeah, the field, as the caution comes out, the cactus here at Phoenix turns yellow. So, Parker was doing such a good job early, up so many spots. Going to be have to do it all again and come back through the field. So,
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate restart for him. Just a bit too aggressive for a lot of these guys here. I don't think they need to be making a lot of these moves, but hey, it's Phoenix. What can you do here? A lot of people like to make some fun moves. So
yeah, especially deeper in the field. There's no point in really charging the corner. I think it was just a mistake from Jonathan there, got in the back of him. But you got to make up the time while you can, especially on these restarts. And I think that's what we're half seeing. So if you comers down pit road, Kyle comes down pit road, Jared's going to come down pit road, Matthew Helm. Was that Nathaniel on pit road? Yeah, Nathaniel on pit road. So possibly a fuel call. Randy and Kale going to stay out. So they're going to be the new front 2. Kale started second on the last restart. Wasn't able to get it. Fell back to third. Now with Nathaniel pitting, that moves him back up there. But Landon Quisenberry up 22 spots. Was in some, we'll say, controversial stuff there early. But we can get let's talk with Landon real quick. Landon, you got a copy? Landon?
Hello?
You're up 22 spots from where you started. The biggest mover of the race so far, up to P5 inside the top 5. Tell us about your race and little bit of contact there, but was able to avoid it. So tell us what happened and what's been going on.
Yeah, I was really amped up because I drove through the field and I made a mistake. I ran over Ryan. I feel really bad because we raced really well. So I'm sad I ruined his day. But I don't know. Car's handling really good. This track kind of fits my driving style. And the reason I started so far back was I spun in qualifying, but I spun like right across the line. So I got 2x on both laps. If my first lap would have counted, I would have qualified in the top 10. So I've kind of just
Made it
been
a little
pushing
bit
really
harder
hard.
for you. Made it a little bit
Yeah,
harder
made it
for
a
you,
little harder.
especially Phoenix not being easy to pass. So pace car's going to pull down pit road. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm having fun.
It looks like it. Landon got a quick word with him in there. As we're seeing everybody kind of out the back waiting to catch up possibly. But all right, we're coming back to the green here for the restart. Into the Geico restart zone, Randy and Kel to lead us back to the green. Randy fires, back green. Uh-oh. Fox cameras. Side by side into turn number 1. That's Jonathan Swartz and Kel McClinney. Side by side. A little bit of contact maybe, but Kel's going to be on the outside line. Does the outside prevail? He's going to have a nose, but not going to be clear. He does. So move Kel back into P2. Jonathan Swartz into 3rd. Here comes the 40. Matt Frady. Saw a few cars pit there. Was able to gain a few spots from it. Gained a few spots on the restart. He's moving his way back up there. Trying to work over Fred Chase there right in front of him. Tell us what you're seeing here from how he's driving this thing there, Alex. What do you see?
Oh man, he's definitely got the pace in this car. Like I said before, I think we'll see him in the top 5 again pretty quick, and probably I think he'll make his way to the lead here at some point or another, because that 40 car is moving, especially on those restarts.
He definitely knows what way to move, dip, dodge, and we're seeing him make the move and go to the inside of Fred. Fred having a good run. He's up quite a few spots as well in that 94 Budweiser scheme. So they're the first battle side by side on the racetrack. Fred going to try to fight it around the outside line. Keep having a switch and swap. Swartz into 3rd. Matt, is he going to clear? Possibly, maybe. Take a look. Does he throw a slide job? See the flame shooting out? He does. He's able to clear. Move Matt back inside the top 6. So the top looks like 10 cars are going to be single file, a little bit deeper in the field. See Jared, Nathaniel, they're starting to come back through the field. See, actually, well, 3 of the 4 cars on your screen are top 4 in point, or top 5 in points. So these boys, a little bit different call from the front runners, possibly a field strategy call. Still not sure on that, but yeah, definitely something to look out for as they're having to drive through the field.
You can see Frady's still trying to make his way up to the front. He's closed up that gap to Quisenberry pretty quickly. I think he's going to try to make a move here pretty soon.
What do you see? What's the best way to pass that you've seen in these first 60 laps? Just over halfway through the race. What have you seen is the best way to set up a pass or get that pass done? We know it's hard to pass here, but what have you been seeing?
It looks like you want to just try to stay on the inside. I think if you get on the side of one of these guys, you got a pretty good chance of passing. You see Frady looks like I said, he's trying to get to the inside here. See, I think he's going to be able to make a move here pretty soon. Definitely looks like they're arcing the corner a little bit to try to get a good run off the exit.
To the bottom.
Or he wants to just do that and just send it on the inside.
See, he's able to do that because of where the grip strip is. He doesn't get the run off, but where that grip strip is on the bottom lane, right where that seam is. The best way to describe it is that PJ1. You can throw it into the corner, wash up to that seam, and then if you can, really the best way to do it is a slide job and be clear by the center and just have your left sides on it. As we saw Kel and a few guys get in the wall there, but it's kind of what Matt's doing right now. He's going to wash up, right side's on the line, and then drive back down. He's underneath it there. But if you're able to straddle it, it seems to help you on the corner exit. So we ride on board with Kel and Randy here. Randy took the lead after Nathaniel and a few guys pitted. Haven't looked back since. Kel has been the bridesmaid all race so far. Been second, I think, more than anybody all season, it seems like, consistently. But, you know, he's had 3 different leaders in front of him, and he's still P2.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, these guys are starting to move a little bit. I think we're going to see a bit more aggressive moves being made here coming in the last 50-ish laps of this race.
How frustrating is that as a driver? Like, obviously we've seen the problems for Matt. He went through the field. Landon's been able to drive through the field, Tiller with the contact, but from Kale's point of view, he hasn't been in any incidents or anything like that, but just not able to get around because of that dirty air. Definitely has the speed, matching lap times and all that, but just with the dirty air, isn't able to catch him. How frustrating is that?
Oh, it's super frustrating. I mean, I bet for him, especially sitting second most of the race, seeing a bunch of different leaders in front of him, I'm sure it's super frustrating. Like you said, that dirty air definitely hurts a lot, especially if you can't manage it right. You're just going to scrub your tires. And yeah, as the race goes on, you'll definitely start to get more frustrated if you can't at least catch Randy.
100%. We're seeing them run a few different lanes throughout the field, but it seems like the top 2 car breakaway, Swartz, Stefan, Landon, all right here next to each other. Landon, he's moved inside the top 5, and he's not falling back. So he's definitely got the speed to do it. You look in the bottom left, all the lap times. We got 4 7s, or 4 3s, I apologize. A few 4s. Lap time wise, everybody's fastest lap is identical to each other. If we do a run through the field, check out lap times in the top right. And 01, 1-2 from Kale. Swartz there with a 1-2. 06, 1-6. Matt with a 1-3. And somebody who hasn't fallen back after Matt's passed him, Fred, with a little bit of left rear damage, I believe. He's looking really good with a 1-8 as well. So everybody inside the top 7 did a good job keeping the pace up, as it seems like the sun's starting to go down and light should come on here soon.
I'm gonna say, I think with that sun going down too, the track's gonna start getting a little cooler. We might see some guys try to pull off some moves here with a little bit of extra grip they're gonna get from this cooler track. Yeah, I think we can do a quick rundown of the field here.
Alrighty, let's go up here to Randy. Randy took the lead after the restart, after Nathaniel pitted. He's looking good out front, and hasn't really looked back since.
Yeah, we got Kale in second place here, but it seems like he's been here most of the race, trying to keep up with Randy. That gap's starting to grow a little bit, but he's at least staying in the top 5 pretty consistently for most of the race.
Back to Swartz, has the fastest lap of the race, up 2 spots from where he started, ran inside the top 5 all race. Looking a little tight, he's moved up the racetrack, seemed to be the highest on the racetrack, but he's making the best of it here on the G-Starts.
Yeah, and then we got Steven in the 54 car down in 4th. Haven't heard his name much tonight. He's just been quietly riding the top 10, top 5. Seems to be keeping the pace, maybe dropping just slightly farther back into the field.
Landon Quisenberry up 22 spots, the biggest mover of the race. Didn't have the best qualifying, he said, messed up, spun in qualifying, but he's driven through the field, and he's definitely got the pace and that car underneath him now as he tries to work over Stefan right in front of him.
Then we move on to arguably the most dominant car in the race right now, who's still trying to make his way up. Matt Frady in the 40 as he hits the wall on the exit there, trying to catch Quisenberry. Looks like he's closing that gap a little bit. Let's see if we can keep moving through the field.
Back to Fred Chase. Haven't seen much of him the first half of the race, but after kind of staying out, he's up 7 spots from where he started, and he's got a little bit of left rear damage, but he's gotten the speed to stay with, arguably, like Alex said, the fastest car in the race and this front pack. So doing good so far and running that nice paint scheme.
And a bit farther back down the field, we got the 18 of Jared Lindsay. He's been involved in a few little argy-bargy moments tonight, but other than that, been keeping himself pretty quiet while roaming around the top 10 here.
One of the guys that we expected to see drive through the field, similar to what we saw Matt, hasn't really done it after the pit strategy. Running P9, Nathaniel in that blue 66 this week. Seen him so dominant, leading the points, got the stage, and pitted for that fuel, it seemed like. No tires taken on that pit stop, but just hasn't been able to drive back through the field after those pit stops.
Yeah, one spot farther down, we got the 6th of Jonathan Wiley, who's also been quietly sitting in the top 10, up 6 spots from his initial starting spot. Hasn't been able to keep the pace too much with the rest of the other guys up in the top 10, but he's quietly sitting there keeping that 10th spot to himself.
Just behind him, Kyle Ritchie in that 60 or that 76 paints, that white paint scheme. Phoenix is definitely a track that does not suit his driving style. He's great on the short tracks, perfect on the road courses, and Phoenix is kind of short track, mile and a half ish, and it really doesn't fit his driving style with arcing the corner and the speeds in the center of the corner. As I think Sun, the God, has peaked out off the turn 2 or turn 3 and 4 grandstands. But yeah, track that Kyle is struggling at tonight, not been able to get back to the field. We'll see if he's able to later in the race.
Yeah, moving on to the number 33 of Matthew Helm, in a pretty intense battle right now with Sam Demian right behind him. Not too much argy-bargy going on there, but they're starting to get a bit heated in the race right now.
Yeah, just behind him, Sam. P5 in the points, up 11 spots from where he started. He also went on the same pit strategy as the front guys, or as the guys that are just in front of him that pitted. So they're trying to work their way back through the field. Just doesn't seem like they have the speed to do it yet.
Yeah, and a little bit further back, we got the 51 of Kevin Ritchie. Also another quiet night for him. He's got involved in an incident or two, a bit of contact for him. He's got a little bit of left rear damage there. It doesn't look like he has the pace tonight, unfortunately, as he's sitting borderline in the top 15 here.
Michael Tapp in the 50 car, in that Gas Monkey 50. He's had a solid race, up 11 spots. That car looks dirty for some reason on the front end, but man, he's doing good, keeping his nose clean, and is able to stay inside the top 15, and just having a solid race. And as these guys get more aggressive up front, he could be in a pretty good spot to gain at least, I'd say, 10 spots by the end of this if there's a late race restart. So to round out the top 15, nice little rundown of the field. Got a battle between Nathaniel and Jared. Jared, the highest highest I-rated driver in the field, with the points leader of the series just behind him.
As you can see here, it's starting to quiet down a little bit. Not a lot of moves being made. Field started to spread out just a little bit. I know we've been talking a lot about Matt Frady recently, as he's been the most dominant car tonight, but it doesn't look like he can't make the passes anymore. Those tires might be starting to show their wear a little bit, although pretty soon here I think we're going to start having some pit stops here if we can keep it green, because the fuel's going to start running a bit low here in the next 20 laps.
Yeah, lap 80 went back going, I think, around 55-ish, so closing in on those pit stops. Matt struggling to make those passes as the guys in front of him battle. It's been harder and harder to pass. We see Landon. He's going to bail off pit road. He's now pitting. So Landon to pit road. First one to bite. We see Swartz all over the back bumper of Kel as well.
Yeah, as we got some gaps starting to close up, I think this is where we're going to start to see a lot of guys start to enter pit road. I think that one guy is going to start causing a domino effect. I think they're going to start throwing on some fresh tires and try to just take it to the end here. Or might have some risky people want to just take that little splash and dash last 5-10 laps. We see Fred Chase in the 94 also heading to pit road as well.
Fred to pit road. Now, if you're in Matt's situation where he's kind of been stuck in the dirty air, not been able to do much, if you're in his situation with 30 laps to go, would it be smart to pit? You're going to come out in front of these guys with those at least lap or two fresher tires. What would be your call, Alex? He's going to try to get around Stephanie. He's able to clear.
Oh, man, I think it's going to be a really risky decision by him if he wants to pit. If the guys in front of him don't end up pitting, then I think it's not going to work out for him. But if he can get an earlier pit stop, try to get on some fresh tires and make up even a little bit of time that he's lost, it might be worth it for him in the end. But we'll see what he wants to decide to do here.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds up in front of him with Jonathan and Kel. But even with 30 to go, we've seen the tire fall off happen around lap 10 to 15 is when it seems to fall off, and it's harder to make passes. We're still seeing Jonathan trying to work over Kel. What would be kind of the call? If you pit, how much earlier would you want to pit compared to the guys in front of you? He's back 2.5 seconds. He's got to pit at least 2 laps before that to catch. What kind of lap do you think Randy, the leader, would pit?
I don't know. I think within the next 5 to 7 laps, I think they should realistically pit here. I don't think you want to pit too late. If you pit too late, I think it doesn't really make any sense. You're not going to gain any time if nobody pits. But those fresh tires could help if you pit within the next few laps.
Yeah, we're seeing it now. These boys all coming down pit road. Clean air is going to be a big factor for the guys who have pitted as well. See Kyle Ritchie back here in 8th. Sam underneath Jonathan Wiley. Seeing contact between these two earlier in the race. Sam really level-headed. He ain't going to do nothing, obviously. He drives right by him. His caution's out. I was just going to call it and say, if we get a caution, that might be why these guys are staying out, as Fred chases around all by himself. So you just slowly step out on him.
Oh, those fresh tires, I think if he did, I'm not sure if he took tires, but if he did, I think that's what probably caught him out there. I don't think he was expecting it to be as loose as it was there.
Yeah, just came out of pit road a few laps ago and possibly cold tires, but Quisenberry pitted. He's a lap down now, but with the fastest lap of the race, Quisenberry a lap down, a few other guys as well a lap down. The 94, Fred Chase, like I said, he's a lap down, not going to be eligible for the lucky dog with being the caution. But we're seeing everybody on pit road now coming down to get them fresh tires. Big pit stop here. Could have a 2021 championship race pit stop to win you this deal.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the money stop right here, Cave. I think you see a lot of guys take those brand new tires, and they're going to push these bad boys to the end, I think.
Yeah, we're seeing it now. Kel into his box, Matt into his box, Randy, right side's already up. Kel missed his box. That's going to hurt him big. Just now getting the right sides up. Matt might beat him off of pit road. Randy wins the race off pit road. Matt, can he get second? No, Jared, Matt, Jonathan, Kel, the top 5 with the race off pit road. So Randy keeps the lead on the pit stops. Matt gains a spot. Jared gains 2. Jonathan loses 1. And Kel misses the box just a little bit. And that drops him 3 places down the running order.
Yeah, good stop there for Matt Frady. I think that's going to be really beneficial to him in this upcoming restart because he's going to be in a pretty good spot up here. I think with how dominant that car has been, I don't be surprised if you see him making some pretty aggressive moves here with about 25 to go.
We've seen it all race long, and even in real life, it seems like it as well. The restart zone, where it is at Phoenix, it's hard to get that good, that timed restart on the outside line. Kel been second most of the race. He hasn't been able to time it. So Randy being the leader, Jared in second, Matt in third. I think Matt's in a catbird seat here. Obviously, I think he'd rather be the leader, but to make a pass and go for the lead, I think Matt is in the best spot.
Yeah, I agree here, Cabe. He's got that inside line. If he really wants to be aggressive, he could just shove it down on the inside on this restart here, and it could work out for him if he, at least doesn't hit anybody in the process. But we'll see what he wants to do here. Lenny Quisenberry actually does get the lucky dog here, so Parker Supplin and Lenny Quisenberry are both back in the lead lap now.
Well, we'll see if he's able to drive back through the field with just 21 laps to go as we get back to the line to get going green. Randy Arms, Jared Lindsay to lead it back to the green. Let's see, does Matt give him a good push into the restart zone? It looks like he's going to lag back just a little bit. Into the restart zone they go. Randy fires, back green. Got to wait till the start-finish line to turn left. Matt should be clear into turn number 1. He is. That's going to be big. Let's see how turn 1 goes for him.
Not a lot of contact going on back there, which is kind of surprising for how late in the race it is. But as you can see, Matt's he's got a really good run on Randy here.
Sam's going to go hit the inside wall. Is Matt able to get there?
Out.
Was Matt able to have a nose on Randy? It doesn't look like it. No, so move Matt back into P2, but not where I think he'd want to be. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened just behind them. Just behind Matt, Kel, and Jared, I don't think there was contact, just started to get a little loose. They were both able to save it, and then just behind them, Sam.
Oh.
Looks like a similar situation to happen early in the race. Jonathan got in the back. See Sam get sideways just in front of him here as we'll ride on board with Jonathan. See Sam just a little bit sideways, catches, Sam or Jonathan tries to give him a bump and just sends him into the inside wall. Nowhere for him to go. Just another unfortunate circumstance for Sam. See the twitch, able to save it, just wasn't lined up, especially with the Toyota front bumper into the inside wall. Everybody able to avoid him. So that's going to change up it again. Let's go back actually to the front, and I want you to analyze this and see if you see what I saw here from the front. We saw everything in turn 1, saw Matt get clear, but what do you see here that sets it up for this restart?
Oh, just a lot of close contact racing here, man. You see Matt being really aggressive. Like I said, I thought he was going to be really aggressive on the start. You know, like I said, just wants to shove it on the inside. Almost had Randy there at the line, and right before the caution came out, but I guess he just didn't get it. He got him by maybe like a bumper there.
Well, let's go frame by frame here. The caution out now. Matt was ahead of him when the cactus turned green. So, interesting call from NASCAR there, from the Speed Sports admins. But I know the LEDs in that cactus is a little late, so that could be why. But, yeah, Matt had an opportunity. I think if we saw Matt take the lead there, I think it may have been over. I don't know who would have had the car to get it, but I think we're going to see another good one and another restart to see if he's able to get there. Does Jared have anything? We've seen the lap times from Jared. Not been the best, fastest lap of the race at least. But he's ran up there and staying consistent. I think we're going to see. I think anybody inside the top 6 at least has an opportunity of it in this late race restart. If the cars in front of him maybe get into it, who knows? But come back to the restart. It's going to be lap 93.
Yeah, I think this is going to be, like you said, I think the top 6, anybody's got a chance here, but I think this is ultimately going to be a game of who can defend Matt Frady here. I think he's going to be really aggressive on this restart. Wouldn't be surprised if I see him put a little over-under on Randy here to try to get in the inside of him. Try to pull off a move here.
Little bump from Jared. It's going to stack up the inside line. That allowed the outside Matt to actually have a good restart. Kel gave him a good shot. Now it's going to be a great restart for Matt. He might clear. He does. Matt able to clear. Kel to the outside of Randy. Down the backstretch.
And an unfortunate
Killed him.
restart there for Randy. I think Matt caught him sleeping there and just got right on his tail. I'm surprised he didn't go underneath. He's able to make the outside work there. And not working out well for Randy here. He's going to try to make a move onto Kale here.
I think the bump from Jared, just where any other racetrack, that would have worked. But where Jared bumped him, it kind of upset Randy as he wanted to get on the throttle. As we see Jared going to the inside of Randy now, it kind of upset him a little bit, and he wasn't able to get the restart that he needed to get, clear of Matt. Because we seen it most of the race. If you're able to hang on the guy's right rear into turn 1, you're more than likely going to clear down the backstretches. The clean air has prevailed. The top 3 just ran their fastest laps of the race. Matt with a 1.4, Kale with a 1.5, Jared with a 1.7.
Yeah, like you said here, Cabe, as soon as you get underneath a guy, if you can hang it there, you're pretty much guaranteed to get him here. And I think that's what's happening to Randy here. He's not having a fun time in these last few laps, just getting sent around all over the place. And he's starting to drop back pretty far.
Yeah, Randy, one of the older drivers in the field, likes these Xfinity cars because that's kind of how they are, and we've seen him good on the long runs. Just doesn't have the aggressiveness as some of these young guys that we've seen from real life and all that. So good on the long run. If this thing goes green, does he have the speed to get back up there? We've seen it that last run when he was a leader, but with these guys coming down to it, is he going to be able to fight it?
Yeah, he definitely looks to be better on the long run here, and he needs to stay up in the top 5 here. He needs to have himself a good points table. So let's see if he can come back up to the front here as he tries to make a move underneath of Jared Lindsay here. Don't think he's going to have the run to keep it on his inside, though, as Schwartz decides to hit the outside wall there.
It seems like the top lane is coming into its own, and at least in 3 and 4, wasn't working early in the race. Swartz going to do a crossover. Perfect crossover from Swartz as the sparks are starting to fly as the sun sets here in Phoenix. lights are coming on to these cars, and these cars look good here in the nighttime. We'll see when the lights flick on. But Randy looking to the inside of Swartz. See the top. He's able to clear once again. We didn't see it early in the race, but as the rubber's gotten laid down, it's kind of allowed that top lane. Possibly, as the rubber gets laid down and everybody runs in one groove, it kind of makes that groove tight. So in turn one, it's starting to even out, and the top's been more dominant. The fast line's around the bottom, but racing, it's on the top. But racing, I think, into 3, I think that top line's been better.
Yeah, man, I think these guys are able to start exploring the track a little bit more now. As you can see, they're kind of all over the place, just inside, outside lines, just trying whatever they can to try to get past each other. And looks like it seems to be working here.
Yeah, another side-by-side battle for third. Let's see. Who's going to get the run now? Side by side, down the back. Dead even. I think if Swartz won, he had the fastest lap of the race early in this one. He's going to have to make quick work of Jared to be able to get by Kale and possibly get to Matt. He does. He's able to do it there. Randy in the back of Jared. A little bit of bumper tag there.
Yeah, it looks like they got a little bit of contact going on here. It looks like they're getting a bit aggressive. See if Randy could make a move on Lindsay here. Looks like he's gaining a little bit of his pace back, but we'll see what he does with the next few laps here.
Under 10 laps to go. The top 7 are in a battle. What did we say pre-race? At the start, the top 7, 8 cars could win this deal. And we're seeing it. 3 different lanes in turn 1. Matt out front, Kale second, Swartz third, Lindsay 4th, Arms 5th, Richie 6th. Well, move him to 7th. As Nathaniel's going to go around his outside. Nathaniel a little loose, but I think that's helping him as the track's starting to tighten up. He's able to drive around the outside of Kyle.
Yeah, we got some sparks flying around the outside wall here and then going into the dog leg. Honestly, man, I think any one of these top 7 guys could move up here if they make a good move here with the next few laps.
Got to make quick work of it. We saw it from Swartz. Almost got into, I think, wanted to make a little bit quicker work of Jared. Possibly get into him. Little door in 3 would have done it, but kept it clean. And now we're seeing him slowly run down Kale McClinney, MP2. Seen it all race from him. Qualified second, ran second, been second, and is still second. Trying to hold off Swartz. And does he have the run to get around Matt?
Yeah, I was just going to point out, it doesn't look like Matt's pulling away as much as I thought.
Oh, Randy around! Swartz into him, hard contact.
Goodness. Multiple cars involved on the backstretch here.
Championship implications for the 8 car and possibly a trip to the hospital. Need to check on Randy. The top 2 in points make contact here. Alex, talk us through it here. What do you see?
Oh, man, just aggressive racing. Randy just comes down on the bottom, a little bit of net code there. Nathaniel just tags him just slightly, gets him way out of shape, and I think at that point, Randy's along for the ride there. As you can see, just gets absolutely T-boned coming up here by, I believe that's Quisenberry in the 75 there. Just absolutely nothing he could do. A couple more cars pile in there as they look to just arc break this entire wreck. Very unfortunate for Randy. That's exactly opposite of what he needed to end this day after having such a great day today.
Yeah, down 33 spots from the start of the race, and now, or 33 points down at the start of this one, but see everybody out back trying to avoid it, just isn't able to. But what big hits throughout it. Randy down 31 points on Nathaniel, and I think we're going to see more of that. Bigger deficit now. Richie in a good spot. He's down 39 to Nathaniel. Nathaniel's got a 31-point gap, and then it's pretty even from second on down. So big race here. And with Randy being out, a lot of those guys behind him in the top 5 could make some big moves to get up there. As I don't think we're going to see late race pit stops from the front guys.
No, probably not here. I wouldn't expect it. If we do, it's probably maybe they need fuel, but I wouldn't assume so unless they took enough. I don't think we're going to go into overtime here, so should just be a normal green-white checkered.
Look who's made it in the top 5.
Oh my goodness, it's the Ritchie brothers.
Both Richies inside the top 5. Let's do a double interview here, quick.
Yeah, let's go bring them up here.
Kevin, Kyle, do you boys got a copy?
Hello.
Both of you inside the top 5 here. Kevin, you both way different races. Kevin started deep in the field. Kyle started up front, made your way back up there. Tell us, how aggressive are you two going to be here in this last restart?
Yes.
Well,
We're gonna go.
I'm in the position of I'm getting turns, so yeah.
Well, I hope you guys make it a battle if you're able to get up there. And hopefully be talking to you boys here at the end. But good luck to both Richies.
Thank you.
Kyle and Kevin there, both at the end of it. Cool to see both of them in the top 5. Kevin able to make his way up to the field. But it's a new front row that we've seen all race. The same front row as it was at the start of this one. Matt Frady, Kel McClinney to lead him back to the green. Jonathan Swartz, Kyle Ritchie, Kevin Ritchie to round out the restart. Into the restart zone. Matt fires back green. Teammates on the front row able to get the countdown. Kel with the best opportunity all race to take back the lead. Closest he's going to be, lowest speeds. Dirty air is not going to be that big of a factor. Goes up the racetrack. Does he have the run? Doesn't look like he's going to have a big enough one as they're side by side for third just behind him. Kyle gets in the back of Kevin there up the racetrack. Nathaniel's going to try to drive around the outside of both of them. 3 wide. Oh, the Richies into each other. Back up the track. Kevin saves it. Kyle saves it.
Kyle's
Able to save it, but we're coming to the white flag. Great save by both Richies. Worked out for Kyle, not so much Kevin. Jared's going to drive it in the corner. Get to the inside of Kale. Jared able to pull it off. White flag at the stripe. Top 5 under a blanket. We're going to have a photo finish here at Phoenix. Swart. Nathaniel into the door of Kale. Jared to clear. I think they took tires on that last restart. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Jared to the lead. Nathaniel, how deep does he drive it in there? Not going to get there. Jared's going to win it at Phoenix. What a
final
race.
2 laps there.
Holy crap, what a battle.
Oh man, from brother turmoil to an unexpected winner. I definitely didn't see that coming. I thought Matt had this race wrapped up, but I guess not. The racing gods are just not in his favor tonight.
I think they came down pit road a little earlier than I think they pitted on that last restart. I'm not sure actually. They had to have, right? The way that they drove around him on the bottom.
Surprised.
Did they pit this yellow?
Yes, Jared Lindsay, lap 106 on pit road. I don't know if he took tires or not, but let's see if I can find out whether he took tires.
Nathaniel did take tires.
Yes,
They both
Jared
took tires.
Lindsay also took
So
tires.
tires
That's
won
right
it
there was
when
the
we
winning
said
move.
these front guys aren't going to be able to do it. With as many cars that were on the lead lap at the time, they were able to hold off and get through the front. They really didn't have to pass that many cars, and with that early caution coming out, it worked out for them.
I was going to point out, I saw Jared Lindsay. He was moving on that restart there. I saw him making some nice 3-wide moves. Moved up real
Especially
quick,
on the
so
bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I had a feeling maybe he took tires. I was kind of surprised how quickly he was making moves there.
Well, let's try to get him in here. Jared, do you got a copy?
Hey,
Well, come away with the win. Kind of stole one there at the end. Pitted on that last caution. Was able to make the moves on the bottom. Talk to us. What was your strategy, and how were you able to pull it off there through those later laps?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Well, I mean, I figured I am racing part time, so I had nothing to lose. I had an extra set of rubber when the caution came out, and I figured that was going to be my best shot to win. I really didn't figure out what was going on in the race till probably like midway point. My teammates were trying to bring me up to speed and kind of just give me some insight and kind of how I should approach the race. I managed just to kind of hang in there and kind of figure out what the pace was and where cars were going. But man, a lot has changed on iRacing since I've been on it. And then, I just got lucky and happened to have a killer pit stop last time the whole field came in, and managed to get like 4 spots on pit road with a 4-tire stop. And then when the caution came back out, I was first one to, I guess, have the guts to pit, and it 100% paid off.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun one to watch you drive through the field. We weren't sure if you took tires or not, so we were kind of like, well, we just drove by everybody on the bottom, got by the Richies, and it was able to sneak by Matt. We saw that you didn't have the speed early in the race, but I think that's kind of what the first stage kind of does. I like the first stage of the race because of that, and you were able to figure it out. But heading into next week, we're headed to Vegas. Tell us about your confidence levels there, and what's kind of the plan there?
So unfortunately, I will probably not be back for like another 6 months, because I am finishing my degree and school starts back up on Monday. So I will not be there. I'd be curious to see what everyone else has to do. And honestly didn't even know we were broadcasting until I got moved. So
Yeah, I've been doing it the last few weeks, so I've been having fun with it. But, well, you're going to end it off on a good one then if you're not able to run all of them. But come away with the win, able to steal it right there at the end. Got anybody that you want to thank?
yeah, definitely my teammates, Nate and Schwartz. Every time I come back, these guys open up their notebook to me and help me out. Have always been like that. And Randy and Ryan for always letting me keep my number, even though they probably shouldn't let me keep my number. And just the guys that run, and you guys for broadcasting it, that makes it fun to run on a Tuesday night. I've been running with these guys for like, a handful of these guys for like 5 years. So just thanks to all of them for allowing me to come back.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one. Able to sneak it at the end, and hopefully we'll be seeing you sometime soon.
Absolutely. Wait, Parker Retzloff, like
No,
the
no,
Parker?
No,
Okay, I was
no.
about to say, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, just ignore it.
Well, hey guys, thanks again. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. No problem. We'll be seeing you here soon.
All right, bye.
Congratulations. There with Jared, and coming home P2, Nathaniel. Get a word with him there.
Oh, Nathaniel, coming home with a P2 finish, my man. How'd you make it work tonight? How'd you manage to steal this great result for you tonight?
Yeah, it was an up and down night, honestly. I feel like I had long run speed and I had the pace to win it. Cautions and pitch strategy came in the way, but that last caution and Randall kind of turning himself on my nose and me kind of throwing it in there, it gave me a good opportunity to take tires, and I was just able to drive up from 8th to 2nd there in those last couple laps.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you had dropped back quite a few spots on that last restart because of the contact with Randy. What was the thought process coming into pit? Was it an easy decision, or were you like, oh, I'm gonna do this no matter what? And at the end of the day, I know it paid off pretty well for you.
Yeah, so I went to go catch up to the pace car, and I looked down at the last lap times, and we were going about a second and a half slower, and pretty late, I decided to come down. Once I saw all of them jump back out of pit lane to stay out, I was like, we gotta make something happen here.
Oh, well, good job, my man. Nice bringing home a nice P2 finish, and I believe you are gonna continue to be the points leader, drawing out another pretty big points gap. I believe who's in second right now? I believe it's Randy.
Yeah,
It
sounds
was
about right.
It was Randy. Now I don't
Oh,
know
yeah, I
who.
was
It might Mazzella missed the
Oh, it
race.
might
Kyle
be-
might move into it.
Might be Richie. We'll see here coming when we do the points here. But a great day for you, my man. Definitely gonna extend that lead a bit for you. So,
Yes, sir.
Nice job coming home P2, man. Go ahead and get your shout outs in for us.
Yeah, just want to shout out wife downstairs watching this great group of guys racing. Been racing with this group for a long time, and it's a lot of fun. And appreciate y'all for putting on the broadcast.
Oh, well, good job tonight, my man. We appreciate you stopping by, and good race from you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Nathaniel there, points leader and P2 finisher tonight. Matt, I don't see in Discord, so I'm not going to be able to get a word in with them there. But Phoenix, put on a show. I know it's not the most appealing racetrack for a lot of people, and not something that is a track on everybody's schedule, especially for the short track. But what did you think about tonight, Alex?
Oh man, you never know with Phoenix. Sometimes it's a good day, sometimes it's a bad day. Definitely some good days for some drivers around here. But at the end of the day, not a bad race. You know, like I said, sometimes you get the good days with Phoenix, and I think we got a pretty good day here. A lot of close racing, a lot of action tonight, and I think we're gonna have a lot of happy guys going home today.
Yeah, we saw the two new guys in the league with Kel and Matt, seeing how competitive this field is. I love the roster that we have, especially these next few weeks coming up with the mile and a halfs and all that. We saw the top 7 at any moment in the race pretty much could win it. So headed to Vegas, Matt's hometown, so maybe he's going to be able to get it there. But yeah, I feel like the top 10, we maybe get 1 or 2 more guys in here. I think the top 10 is going to be able to win any week. We already have the top 7, so everybody's really even, and that's what I really love about this SpeedZone eSports League.
Yeah, man, I think we're gonna have a really competitive top 10 going forward for the next few weeks here. Like you said, a lot of guys in and out of the field. We got Jared Lindsay stole the win tonight, Nathaniel, Frady, Fred, Jonathan, Kale, Casey Brown, Kyle Ritchie. A lot of those guys can contend. I think we'll see them week in, week out, contending for wins, top 5, stuff like that. Got a lot of other competitive guys down the field too, and unfortunately, didn't have the best of luck tonight. But I think next coming weeks we'll see him move up the field for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, but tune in next week, next Tuesday at Las Vegas, and to see who gambles and rolls an ace and or draws an ace and is able to pull it off tonight, or next week. So that's going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Glad Alex was able to join me in the booth. I know that you like racing, but you may have to start doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, if anything, if the rest of my races go the same way it went today, probably I think I should start joining you up here in the booth for sure.
Well, I appreciate you joining and everything that you did tonight. So that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and tune in next week, and we'll see you guys later.